Hi, let me start off by asking how many of you know the brand that is right now being displayed on your screen? Yes, I'm sure each one of us is aware. But do we also know the man behind the brand? That's Dr. Verghese Kurien, founder of Amul Private Limited, and also famously known as the father of the white revolution in India. But did you know that Dr. Kurien was actually sent to the United States of America on a government scholarship to study mechanical engineering? And when he returned, he was immediately sent to a place called Anand in Gujarat, where in return of his scholarship that the government paid, he was supposed to spend 5 years in Anand as the officer in charge of the dairy division. Mechanical engineering, dairy division. He was unwilling at first, but he had to oblige. He had no choice. And in the following years, Dr. Kurien studied further, accepted the challenge that life gave him, and he brought such enormous reforms in the dairy farming in India. He took our nation from a milk deficient nation to one of the largest producers of milk in the world. He is a very famous personality, and I'm sure most of us know who that person is. Yes, he's been a part of some major film franchises around the world and has played some truly memorable characters. That's Mr. Harrison Ford. But let me ask you, how many of us know that Mr. Ford was actually a carpenter, a wood carpenter for 15 years before he actually landed his first role? He was actually hired to build sound stages for director George Lucas, the one who is behind the creation of franchises like Indiana Jones and Star Wars. An impromptu reading happened, and that is how Mr. Harrison Ford was discovered, and he landed his first role of Han Solo in Star Wars. And the rest, they say, is history. And now we come to a brand that we all love, the food that we all love. And that's the man behind the brand, Mr. Tom Monaghan. So Mr. Monaghan, along with his brother James, they bought an old pizza restaurant in Michigan, which was actually called Dominic's. And originally the building was so small that in-house dining was not a possibility at all. In this situation, the brothers came up with the idea of actually going out and delivering pizzas to people, which revolutionized the whole thing. At that time, the idea was not well accepted. So James Monaghan traded his half of the partnership to buy a Volkswagen Beetle that the brothers used to go out and deliver pizzas. Now, what do we have common in all of these three inspirational stories? The fact that they tackled whatever life gave them. They explored the opportunity that was thrown at them. Things were not perfect. They didn't get to exactly what they wanted, but they tackled their way through and emerged victorious. To explore something is to simply go through something unfamiliar to learn more about it. And in our case, what could exploration mean? To explore could be an idea. We could explore a hidden talent, a hobby, or a passion, that something that we're really passionate about and want to do. And what do any of these things require? Any of these things require the right opportunity. And we know that opportunities are created. Opportunities are created through situations that life puts you through. And I can tell you the easiest way to grab an opportunity is just by saying yes. Why do I say that? So Mr. Bill Gates, in an interview, was asked the secret to his wealth by the interviewer. And on being asked that, Mr. Gates took out an empty check, signed it, and handed it over to the interviewer and said, "Go on, fill in any amount and that amount will be yours." The interviewer was shocked, was a little embarrassed, and he refused the offer. He clarified that, "Sir, it was a request from the audience. I didn't mean anything else from it." Mr. Bill Gates again offered him the same proposition, and the interviewer again refused. This went on for one more time, and the interviewer again refused. And then Mr. Bill Gates spoke up and he said, "That is exactly something that I never did. I never missed an opportunity. In this moment, you could have been the richest man in the world, but you let that opportunity go." Okay, so now I want you to imagine that it is your birthday today. Let's say it's your 20th birthday. It's a memorable number, 20th. And you are outside in a cafe with your friends celebrating. And it's a cafe that is an artist's hub. You know, there's one person in a corner sitting very quietly with glasses on, and he's thinking deeply, he's writing poetry. And there's another group that is of theater artists, and they're taking up space and acting and rehearsing their lines. And it's a place of full hustle bustle. And through that crowd comes one person walking up to you and says that, "I am going to give you an opportunity to model professionally. What would you do?" And that is exactly how I landed my first photo shoot ever. That is my birthday. I was in that cafe, and that is how I was spotted. And then you would say, "What did I do?" I said yes, and I had that first portfolio shoot. And you would ask, "How did it go?" Well, it went exactly how most of the first attempts go. It went terribly. And you want to see the outcome? I'm going to show you the outcome. The makeup was not right for me. I had no proper wardrobe. It was, in the truest sense, the first attempt. I was a shy kid who did not even like being clicked in day-to-day life, let alone face a professional camera. But my point here is that was back in 2016. And now you're seeing a photo from 2021, a photograph of mine that is published in a New York-based magazine called Elements in February 2021. How did we go from that picture to this one? If you ask me, I was balancing myself on a cart with two wheels. One wheel that said to me that I believe I can do it, and the other wheel which kept reminding me that I'm going to try anything but giving up. My point is that when opportunity strikes your door, it doesn't matter if you are a beginner, if you have zero knowledge or skill in that field. But what I can guarantee you from my own experience is that if you're not afraid to fail, and fail as many times as it takes, no matter how long it takes, you are bound to learn, you are bound to progress, and you are bound to succeed. Okay, so now we are on this amazing journey of exploration where till now we have accepted the challenge, we have learned to face our fears and not give up. And now when is that time when we put everything into action? When do we say that it's showtime, right? So Lynn Toller once said that if I waited till all my ducks were in a row, I would never be able to get across the street. Sometimes you've got to gather everything you have and just run for it. And that's a thought I completely believe in. I waited for 3 years to participate in a national beauty pageant. I thought that I would be well prepared, well equipped by then. I would have completed my degree in architecture by then. And while everything was going well and as planned, I came home, I graduated, and out of nowhere, I decided to try this specific nutrition diet, which apparently did not suit me. My immunity levels completely dropped, and I retrieved chickenpox. And they say when chickenpox strikes you in your adulthood, it's really, really severe. This is happening 3 months before my actual pageant is to commence, an opportunity I waited 3 years for. I'll be honest, it completely broke my spirit. But even then, giving up was not an option for me. So I gathered all the might that I had, and I just went, I participated, and I ended up winning the runner-up title as well. But what my point is here is that we can never tell which turn life is going to take next. All it takes is a moment for everything to change. So if there is a dream that really excites you, or if there's a challenge that you want to face, the best time to go for it is right now. There is never going to be a time when you're going to be 100% prepared and everything is going to be perfect. No. The best time is right now. Take actions right now. So now we're on our journey. We've taken action. And now, is there anything that can guarantee our success? I highly doubt. But what I have realized is that there are a few things that will ensure you always shine no matter what you do. So in my 4th year of architecture, I landed this amazing opportunity of doing an internship abroad. I was selected by an office in Paris for a 6-month internship. Dream city, dream office, everything spectacular. And anybody in my situation, I too wanted to excel at work. Because now, not only are you representing yourself, but you're also representing your institution, the college you come from, and Indian students in general. So there's a lot of responsibility, and you want to make it through in the best possible manner. The only catch is that it's a completely different country, new working environment, new people, a language that you don't know, that you're not comfortable with. So how do you succeed? What are you going to be judged on? And through my stay there, I realized that there are 3 qualities that are equally valued world over, no matter where you go. That's effort, ethic, and dedication. The absence or presence of these qualities will always show, no matter where you go and no matter who you are in touch with. No language barrier or cultural difference is going to hide it. So new challenges and new environments are going to demand a new you. Are you ready to put in that extra 1% more than anybody else, more than what you put in yourself the day before? Are you ready to exceed that? So here it is, my small little checklist for all of you as you are now about to start your journey of exploration. As students, you're going to have numerous career fields in front of you to choose from. You could have an interest in a field more than one, and that's completely valid. You can pursue as many things and you can excel at all of them. It's just that you need to demand more out of yourself every day. You need to push your limits and you need to keep testing your capabilities. And more than anything, don't forget to make each day count. I'm Neha Jaiswal. Thank you.